Hello and welcome to The Buzz. Today's guests include Bert, Ernie, and Sir Mix-a-Lot. We're also going to talk about a lot of high school football. We're going to start off with the Norfolk Catholic Pierce rivalry and why not. We're going to get another edition of it. No, it's not in why not. I said and why not. We're going to get another edition of it next Tuesday night in the Class C1 state semifinals, which makes it all the better because it's for a right to play for a state championship. But you got to take this a step further this year in Class C1. The old Mid-State Conference, district football has kind of changed the conference alignments. They still exist for other sports. But the Mid-State Conference, Norfolk Catholic, Pierce, Boone Central, three of Class C1's powerhouse, they're all in the semifinals this year. Since 1998, they've combined for 9 state championships between the three, 15 finals appearance and 19 semifinals appearances. And in the postseason, they've beaten each other 11 times since 98. But there's one big but. And you can't deny that it's a big but. Until this year, the three schools have not appeared in the semifinal round in the same season. But thanks to Boone Central's 38-20 win over Gothenburg, they will be hosting Hastings Adams Central at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Norfolk Catholic reached the semifinals, as did Pierce, by beating Fort Calhoun and Wahoo respectively. Like I said, they'll be playing 6 o'clock Pierce next Tuesday. But on a more serious note, kind of relating to the Norfolk Catholic-Pierce rivalry, Isaac Pfeiffer of Norfolk Catholic was injured pretty badly during the night's win over Fort Calhoun. Pfeiffer was actually making a tackle on a play. He was unable to get up off the field, taken away by ambulance, flown to Omaha, where on Wednesday he underwent surgery. There's definitely an outpouring of support. You've seen it from people from across the state, people from across the area have offered their support to Pfeiffer, Lutheran High students, Norfolk High students, Pierce students, other schools among them. And while I'm sure Norfolk Catholic is looking at this right now as something more than just losing a football player, I'd got to imagine that right now their number one concern is just that Pfeiffer will return to as healthy as he can possibly be, and I think that's kind of what everyone is wishing at this time. Now returning to the field, Lutheran High, great story. They reached the state semifinals for the first time in school history. They're 11-0 at this point in the season after a 42-14 rather entertaining win over Ponca, which they jumped out to a 14-0 lead before the Indians even touched the ball. Then added to that, made it 22-0 because Ponca fumbled on their first play of the game. Aaron Rathke, a senior for the Eagles, he's come on incredibly strong this year. 16 carries, 169 yards in the win over Ponca. That's over 10 yards a carry, and he's shown a lot of durability. Lutheran High, though, they're going to have to get by David City Aquinas if they want to reach the state championship for the first time in school history. Aquinas, last year's C2 state champion, eliminated Lutheran High. In the second round last year, Lutheran High did, however, give Aquinas its best game of the postseason. In Class D1, we're seeing, though, a program that's leading to those expectations. That's Elgin Public Pope John, undefeated state champions a year ago. They're undefeated to this point. This year, they'll host Arapahoe in a D1 semifinal Monday for their right to play for a second straight state championship. In Class D2, Humphrey St. Francis has been phenomenal throughout the season. Throughout the postseason, they're going to have to take a 763,000-mile drive, though, for their semifinal game. They're playing at Falls City Sacred Heart. I believe Falls City is still in Nebraska. It's not in Missouri. But, I mean, there's a lot of travel there for the Flyers. That could be a factor because Falls City Sacred Heart has a pretty solid team. They just beat Lindsay Holy Family to get there. We will have coverage from all of those games in the papers next week, as well as online at norfolkdailynews.com. And we don't stumble when we write. It's only when we talk. We'll also be back again next week to talk about the semifinals games and the upcoming finals. So join us then on The Buzz.